What is going on, guys? So today it is Friday the 12th of July and Ed Sheeran has just come out with NO6 collaborations project. Obviously literally says what it is. It's a project where he collaborates with a bunch of different artists. In the past I think he did one that was mostly like grime, so there was like collaborations with JME and Skepta and stuff, I think. Yeah, basically it's like a chance for him to like diversify his music, because obviously at the moment we're in a position where he's sort of, his last three albums have been, I'd say, fairly similar. They've all sounded the same, had the same kind of blend of like pop songs and like slower songs, and that he's not really had a chance to expand into different genres, so this is his chance. So let me just give a little backstory to my opinion on Ed Sheeran. Basically, when he released Multiply, the Green album, I really enjoyed him. He was getting quite big at that time, but not too big. He came out with a lot of decent songs to sing. Don't. A few of those songs that I really enjoyed. I think it was still quite refreshing hearing a songwriter that wrote relatable songs. He's obviously a fantastic singer and stuff, and at that point I thought, yeah, I really like Ed Sheeran. Then he came out with Minus, which was the Blue album, and I don't know, I think he started to work out that there's a formula for him of what actually works with his music and what is popular and stuff. A lot of the songs were similar to like what he'd done before. If you take songs like Perfect, it sounded just like Thinking Out Loud and stuff. You know, same kind of ballad, and Shape of You was a typical pop song, just like Sing was maybe, or one of the other ones. And the fact that the album went to #1, I respect that, but the fact that every single song off the album got into the UK charts, in the UK top 40, I did think was a bit overkill. And on the radio they were literally playing Galway Girl, Shape of You, Castle on the Hill, all of these, Perfect, all of them, they were playing over and over and over again, and it just got way too much. I just got bored of him. He took another break for a bit towards the start of the year, I think probably like March or April. He did a track called I Don't Care with Justin Bieber, and this literally, in my opinion, this was just a money grab. He jumped on the hype of doing a song with Bieber. They wrote just a basic party tune, really shit basic lyrics, a beat that there's nothing to it. Like, it doesn't really make you want to dance, but it doesn't make you want to sit still either. It's like one of those songs that it's like, how, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me, and I didn't really respect that he'd done this song with Bieber. And then he came out with Cross Me, which you can watch a reaction to. I think it's up here or up here. I'll put a little thing on there. Yeah, that was another song that I really wasn't that impressed with. And you can see that in my reaction. It was sort of, again, jumping on the hype of Chance the Rapper. But then he released a few other songs which I've heard here and there. The one with Bruno Mars and Chris Stapleton, I think it is. I really didn't enjoy it either, and neither did I enjoy the Khaled one. I don't know, it's just, I'm really not expecting much from that album. I know this is a bad way to go into an album, but I'm not expecting it to be particularly good. I'm excited to hear some of the collabs on here. Travis Scott, we've obviously got 50 Cent and Eminem. I'm really wondering what that would sound like, and I'm really looking forward to hearing some of the UK artists, Dave, Stormzy, all of those people. So yeah, they're the main cuts that I'm like looking forward to. Other than that, I'm not sure how he could possibly make this album cohesive, make it interesting. For me, this is just sort of like him releasing an album of just like singles that all appeal to everyone. There's 15 songs, it's 49 minutes 55 seconds in total. We're gonna listen to it today. Let's go. First song is Beautiful People featuring Khaled. I've already listened to this song, but we've got to listen to the whole album, so yeah, here we go. So that was the first song, Beautiful People featuring Khaled. Again, pretty basic pop song in my opinion. It's not offensive, it's just not good in my opinion. Like, it's sort of a middle song. Like, if I heard it on the radio, I'm not gonna like turn over the radio or whatever, but you know, it just doesn't do anything for me. It just sounds like Ed Sheeran's doing this typical thing of like singing a chorus, doing the overlapping vocals, then just mashing that up with a beat that Khaled would be on. And Khaled's performance is just Khaled. It's not anything ridiculously special, but it's not bad either. So yeah, Beautiful People is an alright track. Next up is Ed Sheeran, obviously. South of the Border featuring Camilo Cabello and Cardi B. Interested in what this will sound like. Yeah, let's give it a listen.
You never live till you risk your life. You want to come south of the border, south of the border with me.
Okay, so that was South of the Border, which was decent. He's sort of going off of the Latino thing with Camilo Cabello. I thought that she was really nice in this, like good singing and stuff. I liked when she's kind of switched up into the Spanish flow. Yeah, I thought she really sort of made the track. Cardi B delivering a decent verse. She didn't really say anything of note. It was just more, the whole song is about being sexual with someone and all of that kind of stuff. They went together and I thought the chemistry was pretty good with Camilo Cabello and Ed. Yeah, decent song. Nothing stand out, but it's quite a good track. Yeah, one I like. Cross Me is the next track, which obviously I've already done a reaction on. So yeah, check that one out. And so yeah, I'm just gonna give it a quick listen and then I'll give my thoughts. That was Cross Me. Obviously I've given my thoughts on this track before. Just a like bit of a basic pop rap tune. Yeah, nothing of that much note. I'm surprised they released this one as a single, if I'm honest, because it's a little bit of a bop, but it's not that much of a bop, you know. You want a bit more to it if you want to release a song like this. So that one was alright. Next track is one I'm super excited for. This is Take Me Back to London featuring Stormzy. Obviously Stormzy has his own album coming out at some point this year, we don't know when. He's released 2 songs, Vossi Bop and Crown, both of which I love. Yeah, I'm really excited to hear what these two do together, because obviously they did the Shape of You remix together and stuff, so they've got a bit of chemistry. So let's see what this song is like.
Jet plane it up to the sky.
Yo, I do deals but I never get twanged. Music jam, all these stupid pricks on the ground.
It's that time, Big Mike can tell you wrong grind.
Now I walk it on brand.
And this ain't like any top 10 mine. Brits,
It don't stop.
and you can do glass though. So take me back to London.
Oh dear. That was terrible, in my opinion. I get that quite a few people might like this song, but in my opinion, this is just the most basic grime beat you could possibly get. And you got Stormzy, who was alright in this. He actually, you could tell he was trying to bring his A game. He knows that the biggest audience is going to be listening to this song. You know, people from America are going to be listening to this song and they're going to see like, oh, who's this Stormzy guy? Like, let's listen to him a bit more. So he knows. I feel like he took his opportunity, so I think fair play. But I just think Ed Sheeran, he's decent at rapping. Like, why is he not giving it the same flows as like Don't and stuff? Like, instead he's doing this like layered rapping and singing certain words where they got the layered vocals on. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it just doesn't sound good. Especially as they're switching back and forth with Stormzy and Ed. You got Stormzy just rapping normally, and then you got Ed with all these layered vocals. It just doesn't go together well, and I think the chemistry was so off. Like, it just didn't sound right. It was almost like Stormzy had done a remix of an Ed Sheeran rap song, or Ed had done a remix of his song, and it just didn't sound right. Yeah, oh god, I thought that was a bit of a mess, to be honest. And for one of the songs that I think could have been one of the best, especially as I really, really love Stormzy, I think that was really disappointing. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next track now, which is Best Part of Me featuring Yebba. I don't know too much about Yebba other than what I've just literally looked up. Apparently she's an American singer-songwriter. I don't really know too much about her, so this could be quite interesting. I imagine this is going to be like one of the slower songs on the album. Yeah, let's see what I think.
places. I am a little insecure. The best part to think and still forget with you.
Okay, that was Best Part of Me featuring Yebba. I'm pretty sure this was a single before this album came out, so I have heard this before. I think that this is another example of where he's just sort of doing the same thing again and again. This literally sounds like some of the ballads he's done before. I have to say, Yebba really took her chance on this song. I loved how like sort of stripped back her vocals were. I thought that she was a real highlight in this song. Obviously, like the song kind of builds up into this ending, and it's all about like, you know, being, it's like just one of those typical love songs really. Yeah, Yebba definitely took her chance, so that was the best part about this song. Other than that, a bit boring in my opinion. I get that people love this kind of songs because like they're heartfelt and stuff, but for me, like, we've got heartfelt Ed Sheeran songs like this before. Like, I'm looking for him to do something new. I'm looking for him to evolve. It's evident that he hasn't really, in my opinion. You may disagree, but that's fair, and that's fair enough. But in my opinion, I think he's not evolving enough from like what he does already. The next song is I Don't Care with Justin Bieber, and I've heard this song enough. I can already tell you about it now, so I already know that it's not going to play any part in the album. I don't overly enjoy this track. Like, I'd dance to it if it was on. It's just not, it doesn't stand out. It's just a bit, I don't know, it's just a bit basic. The next song is one that I'm really excited about. I'm pretty sure I've heard a snippet. My friend Rob actually sent me a snippet like a while ago, like must have been a couple months ago. And it sounded interesting. I think it sounded quite psychedelic, like other Travis Scott songs. I'm not sure if the one I heard is actually going to be the version in the album, but nevertheless, let's give it a listen anyway and see what I think.
I need room, I need room. Hennessy, Johnny, and all the money, no place. Don't touch me, I can't fly, yeah.
Okay. That was, I don't know. I feel like I'm being overly negative towards this album, but like Ed Sheeran just did not suit that backing track. The instrumental, I thought it was a fantastic instrumental and perfect for Travis Scott. It almost sounded like the start, not the very start, but the first verse in Sicko Mode, and I thought that was really good, and it suited Travis Scott. Travis Scott came in and it really, yeah, you could tell like the beat was built for him. Came in, kind of did his thing. Everything you would want from Travis Scott is on this track. Similar flow to what we've heard from him before, but I don't slate him for that because I think that's what he does good. But Ed Sheeran, mate, what's he doing on this track? Like, literally, give me someone else. Not Ed Sheeran. Like, he's a pop singer on a psychedelic trap banger. It's like, it just doesn't go, like, and I'd probably feel the same if it was anyone. If it was Justin Bieber, I don't know, Shawn Mendes or someone going on a beat like this, I would advise against it because it just didn't go, in my opinion. Just a shame that what could have been a really good track was kind of ruined by Ed Sheeran being on it, but what can you do? Next up is probably the track that I'm most excited about on this album. It is Remember the Name featuring Eminem and 50 Cent. Obviously, these two have got history of working together. They are almost like the second generation of hip hop, like the guys who brought it to where it is now. So I have massive respect for both of them. They've got plenty of classic songs and albums to their name. I think Eminem had a huge influence on Ed Sheeran's rapping ability. I think he learned all the words to some of his songs like when he was younger, and that's why he can flow so fast over certain tracks. So quite cool to see these guys together. And obviously Ed Sheeran was on River like not last year but the year before, which, I mean, let's best not talk about that album by Eminem, but anyway. So this has the potential to be pretty good and a real like revolutionary song because I don't think we've heard these guys on an album together in a little while. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Remember the Name, Eminem and 50 Cent. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I was born a misfit. Put your phones in your air. Time to call it a day. I can still to remember. Trying to shop it down his nails. In my eyelids now. Plus the squeezing in between. You sleep on me. It isn't time to drop the mic yet.
Ain't nobody cold as me. It's just another episode, my whole time to call it day. Hey.
Remember the name? That was actually really enjoyable. I really liked that track. I thought that at first I was a bit like, God, this sounds like Don't. Like, this sounds just like Don't. Obviously, he came through with that similar flow, like sort of talking about his come up and like how everyone said, oh, he'll only have 15 minutes of fame, and he's gone way past that, which I really liked. And then Eminem, like, this is what we've been begging him to do for so many years. He came back to the Slim Shady days and delivered just a really funny, charismatic verse. He wasn't angry, he wasn't going at anyone, he was just rhyming and being this character and this guy that we all used to love him for. And that was really, really refreshing to hear. And that was the highlight of this song for me. 50 Cent kind of came he was a bit low key. He wasn't really going in like the old 50 Cent used to on like Get Rich and Die Trying or whatever. Yeah, he was too low key in my opinion. Regardless, I thought that this track was pretty decent. Yeah, I liked it a lot actually. But I'll probably go as far as to say the best track on the album so far. Yeah, I'm really glad as well because I wanted this one to be one of the better tracks. So yeah, really pleased with that. Next up is Feels with Young Thug, and J Hus. And this was another one I was really excited to hear because I think it's really cool that he got an American artist and a UK artist on the same track. J Hus, not many Americans know him, I don't think. I really like him. He's obviously been in prison. He came out with a couple of good songs last year. And so I'm excited to see what he does, whether he's on the hook or he delivers his own verse. We'll have to see. But yeah, let's give it a listen.
Used to be playboy heartbreak for your health. This can't be a sin. This love give you and you give me this feel if you know.
Baby, I got the feels for you.
Okay, that was Feels. Yeah, this was alright. The beat was definitely built for J Hus, and he came through really well actually. I thought that he delivered a verse that was like really charismatic, and he went for the typical J Hus flow, which I really like. And it's cool, I think that because he was to stand out, like maybe this will mean that American people or people from wherever that aren't the UK are going to listen to this track and maybe listen to other J Hus songs. Young Thug was kind of a bit, I don't know, I didn't think he was really like feeling this beat, and you could kind of tell that he just went through with typical Young Thug delivery. And Ed Sheeran singing was quite cool on this. Like I was glad that he did the verse, the chorus even, because I think that if he was rapping on this, I don't know, it would have just sounded like basically what I've been moaning about for the rest of the track. So yeah, anyway, the next song is Put It All On Me, featuring Ella May, who I don't know. So I'm excited to see what she is singing about in this track. This was another just basic pop song. Nothing much to this. I didn't think it was anything special. That Ella May girl, her vocals was like a little bit too quiet, I think. Didn't really stand out. Not even in like what she was saying, but like just generally like listening to it, I couldn't hear her particularly well within the track. Yeah, so that was a bit weird, but yeah. Anyway, moving on, next song is Nothing On You, featuring Paolo Londra and Dave. Dave is an artist I'm excited to hear on this because he's definitely getting bigger. His last album, Psychodrama, although it didn't impress me too much, he had a couple of really good songs on there. So yeah, I'm really excited to hear what Dave has to offer on this track. I think it'd be cool that him and Ed work together, and we'll have to see what it's like.
If you ever know she was like that.
Guardarme pero junto a Michael. Quiero comentarle que no sé qué pasó. Desde que
Kicking back in the way that,
Take the lead, follow me, what's it gonna be?
way that we do. All my friends are in the club and you ain't got nothing on you.
Yeah, there we go. That track, Nothing on You. Oh man, I'm literally saying this for most of these tracks, but just a basic song. Like, I feel like the styles were really, like, it was a weird mix. Like, you had Ed Sheeran, like the pop style, you had like Latino music and like Spanish music, which fair enough, it appeals to like that audience, which I totally understand, and I like that music as well. And I thought whoever he was, Paulo Londra, went really well over this beat. Obviously had absolutely no idea what he said. Yeah, and then you had Dave doing like the UK rap thing, and it just didn't really work. And Dave's thing was mixed a little bit weirdly as well, I thought. Again, another track that I wasn't that impressed with. Wait, next up is I Don't Want Your Money featuring Her, which is an artist that I really like. Obviously a great like modern R&B artist. So yeah, let's listen to what she has to offer in this track.
Today I'm at a bad times. Yeah, they're pulling out my hair, getting my money, baby, all the time.
That was the end of that song. I Don't Want Your Money. I actually really like that song. Like, what a nice, I don't know, like blend of different genres. Obviously you got like this kind of like bass guitar in the background, or like electric guitar, I want to say. And I thought that was really good. And Her's chorus, really nice, really like catchy, just a really nice chorus. And Ed Sheeran was like quite good on this song. This is the kind of track I enjoy. They all went together really well, and I just really enjoyed this track. So yeah, that is definitely one of my favourite songs on the album. Next up is 100 Nights featuring Meek Mill and A Boogie with Da Hoodie. Obviously, this may have come out before now anyway, but obviously got a good bit of listen, see what I think, see whether my opinion is good of this track. So let's have a listen.
I've been out for it, get wired, a many hundreds to go. Shit, cheated on my girlfriend with a fiend. Staying up for 1,000 nights.
Oh my, another boring song in my opinion. I don't think there's that much to say about it. None of the guys on there came through with good verses, in my opinion. It was an alright chorus from Ed Sheeran, like just what we heard from him before. Nothing too special. Yeah, 1,000 Nights, yeah, just not a great track. Next up was it was actually one of the songs that I was most excited about. It's called Way to Break My Heart, and it features Skrillex. Obviously Skrillex, a massive EDM artist, weirdly like still doesn't get the appreciation that some of the other giant EDM artists get, but I think Skrillex definitely pushes the boat out on all of his production. It's going to be cool hearing like Ed Sheeran on a different kind of beat. I'm not sure what to expect with this one with Skrillex, but yeah, it was one that when I saw the track list I was really excited for this song, so let's hope that it's decent.
Tell me, girl, scissors, well, that's the way to break my heart. Scissors, well, that's the way to break. That's the way to break my.
That was Way to Break My Heart. Weirdly, I think that Skrillex kind of kept it too low key until right at the end. Like the way that he flipped the vocal at the end, I thought that should have been the drop of the main drop. Instead it was like this big bass line and Ed Sheeran singing through it, which was decent, but I think that the flipping it would have made it a bit more. It would have made it a bit more unique, like he did at the end. That ending was the only thing that really made it that interesting to me. The rest of the time I sort of felt like it was almost like a Skrillex remix of a Ed Sheeran song. So yeah, a little bit, I don't know, a bit disappointed with that. I think that could have been better than it was, if I'm honest. But anyway, we move on to the last song, which is Blow with Chris Stapleton and Bruno Mars. This is a track that I've heard before, but obviously we listened to the whole album. We've got to listen to it again. So yeah, let's give it a listen. And that was that song, Blow. Oh god, that was, I don't know, I'm just not, that track wasn't for me. Like, it was trying to make a rock cut with like pop stars. It just doesn't really go, in my opinion. If he'd done this song with like Liam Gallagher or someone, yeah, I'd say perfectly fine. That goes well together, but getting these artists on a song like this, I just don't think really work. Yo, so unfortunately the camera cut literally as I was doing my final thoughts on the album. Basically, I think this was alright. There were some songs that I really enjoyed, some that I'm just a bit neutral about, and a few that I was a bit, oh, what is this? And I sort of expected to feel like that. The songs that impressed me really did impress me more than I thought. Like, quite liked the Camila Cabello and Cardi B track. I liked the 50 Cent and Eminem track. I really enjoyed that song with her, and those songs I thought were really good. There were songs like the Stormzy track and the Travis Scott track, which were both a bit disappointing in my opinion, but still listenable, and I totally understand if people enjoy it themselves. I just sort of can't help feeling like this was a wasted opportunity. Like, the whole point of the collaboration projects is it should be to push out artists that people might not have heard of, genres people might not have heard of, and use his platform and his audience and introduce them to a whole new artist or genre. I feel like he didn't really do this. Okay, yeah, you could argue Stormzy and Dave and some of the other artists who are a bit lower key, yeah, he did it for them, but why did you get Cardi B and Camila Cabello on the track? They're huge artists already. 50 Cent and Eminem, they're massive artists. You're not achieving what should be the main achievement from this album, and that kind of, I don't know, that disappointed me a bit. It wasn't a bad part about the album because those artists are good, it just disappointed me. I also thought that he didn't really put himself out of his comfort zone. He was doing a lot of the same things that we've heard him do all the time, singing over songs, doing the layered vocals, and so I think that, I don't know, I feel like if this album was meant to be a step out of his comfort zone, it didn't really achieve that aim, which is a bit disappointing. But overall, this album is alright. I can see why people would like it, and it's definitely going to get to number one. The amount of people that I know that like Ed Sheeran, especially in the UK, it's definitely going to go to number one, and I'm sure that a few of the tracks will be in the charts and stuff, and overall, you can't not look at it as a successful album. However, I think if you look into Ed Sheeran, the longer time goes on, I sort of think he's a bit of a fraud. He's writing the same songs again and again, using people's names now. I don't know. I'm just not that big on it anymore. I've lost the interest in him, really. So overall, I would give this album a... Okay, so thank you very much for watching, guys. You can follow me over on Instagram at OllieGator98 and Twitter is at OllieSH. If you want to check out another video, there's another one here, and you can subscribe here. But for now, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and leave a like down below, and I'll see you later. Bam.